for perhaps addressing the question more straightforwardly than I did. He's obviously feeling a little defensive. He's making it a little more seriously than perhaps, probably very much more wisely than I did. But everything he said is, of course, entirely right. I have attended the Bilderberg meetings for many years, actually. And the only reason I attend them is I come away with, I think, my own understanding of political and economic problems in various parts of the world actually improved by the opportunity to have an informal weekend with people of the kind who come, and discussing things with, amongst other people, the Shadow Chancellor in a completely off-the-record, informal way is also of considerable value, but I'm sure he agrees we derive a great deal from it, and we hope it actually improves our contribution to debate here eventually as well.
Mr. Mark Reckless. Our honourable friend, the member for Penrith and the Border, was previously invited to a Bilderberg conference, and I wonder if the Minister, as a member of the steering committee, if he could tell us why he's been dropped. Has he done something wrong?
No, there's every year about half those participating have never been before, and quite a lot of people only come for one meeting. The number of people who come every year is comparatively small. There's a kind of core of which, for some extraordinary reason, I have become one of those over about the last decade. The honourable member for, my honourable friend, the member for Penrith the Border, made a most distinguished contribution, but he should not be disappointed that he wasn't invited next year. The British committee were actually trying to bring a rising star of a younger generation in, because one of the whole points is we do not want the whole thing to become an ageing establishment of people who used to be something important in government. I have no doubt that one day they will implore my right honourable friend to attend again, but I can't guarantee when that will be.
Mr. Dennis Skinner.
Have you been, Dennis? Have you been there, Dennis?
I wouldn't be seen dead with them. How come that when all those media moguls, the bankers, politicians have been meeting together since 1954, not one of them was able to spot the recession coming? Or maybe they caused it.
We have had trade unionists there sometimes. There are plenty of social democrats. I don't think anybody as left-wing as the honourable member has ever attended in my experience, but if I scratch my memory I probably remember somebody. Obviously the honourable member forecast with absolute precision the course of the forthcoming collapse of capitalism in 2007. In that respect, I do agree his foresight was rather better than that of most pundits. We continue to meet in the hope that next time we'll see it coming with slightly more clarity.
Mr. John Redwood.
As many UKIP voters fear that the Bilderberg Group is a plot to promote more unaccountable European government, could my right honourable friend give them any reassurance or suggestion as to why they may be wrong in that thought?
Well, nowadays we get accused of plots to overthrow, to establish a government of the world, to poison the local water courses, to plan an invasion of the United States of America. 10 years ago, I was told, I was attending a plot to hand over Britain to Brussels and to subordinators to the United States of Europe. The next instalment of the plot comes later. But I used then to point out that a fellow member of the steering committee was Mr. Conrad Black. And in private as in public, Mr. Conrad Black was not in favour of handing anything over to Brussels and wasn't in any way furthering this cause. I regret to say that Mr. Black is the only member who ever attended, I recall, who has since had the misfortune to be sentenced to a sentence of imprisonment, whereupon he has withdrawn from the Bilderberg meetings. But I assure my right honourable friend, there is the full range of opinion from left to right, pretty well represented at Bilderberg from across Western Europe. That in itself shows that the idea we're furthering any kind of agenda is absolute nonsense. If I was plotting to do anything, I would not actually assemble that particular group of people, because you would never agree on an object.
Watson.